Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are still filtering through the major news of RFK Jr. endorsing Donald Trump, taking his name off of all the major battleground states, and having a rally with Trump in Arizona. By the time I upload this video, it's probably going to be happening. It is, I believe, 6 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Mountain Time in Arizona. So we do have a bunch of stuff to update. We've got polling experts saying this is going to help Trump significantly. Really depends on which state you look at, but the overall aggregate, at least when they adjust, they're going to have to adjust all these polls, and Trump's going to go ahead in all of them. And that's with the DNC happening. There's going to be no DNC boost for them. They weren't getting it anyways with how much of a clown show it was, where they lied to all all the Democrats are like, "Where's Beyonce? She's not here." And then she gives like a 30-minute speech where she talks for 15 minutes about her childhood. Kamala, I'm talking about. And then Waltz goes out there like a blubbering communist and does a communist bow and talks for like 5 minutes and thinks it's good enough and then yanks his son. And so this is huge stuff. So let's take a look at this. Trump gained 7% nationally with an RFK dropout. Insane numbers from Harris. You can see Kennedy was sitting at 9%. Okay, Kennedy was pretty high in this poll, but the numbers look a lot better for Trump. He gained 7%. Harris gains 3%. So 7% for Trump, 3% for Harris. I think that's probably pretty accurate. And then you can see this is a state by state Kennedy vote share in all the major swing states. Arizona, Kennedy really, this is pretty realistic. It's 3 to 5 points is what Kennedy is currently polling at. If you factor in the net gain for Trump right now, and this is the idea of where are the RFK voters going? And certainly a lot of them are going to be undecided still, for sure. That's just the nature of it. Even with RFK endorsing Trump, we knew it wasn't going to be 100% or 90% going for Trump because these voters, they're disenfranchised. They don't like either party. So it's not like they're just going to automatically vote for Trump. It's more nuanced than that. But still, you've got in Arizona, 53% of the RFK voters that have a 5% share right now going to Trump, 28% going to Harris. In Georgia, it's 47 to 34. Michigan right now, believe it or not, is a lot closer, 43 to 41. North Carolina seems like almost a lock for Trump at this point, 58%. It's only 3% of votes, but that's big for North Carolina, 58% going for Trump. You've got 22% for Harris. Nevada seems like a state that Trump should win. 66% going for Trump, not surprising. And then you do also have Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, similar numbers, better in Wisconsin. I think both Pennsylvania and Wisconsin are definitely leaning Trump, especially after this major announcement right now. Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, I would say Arizona, Georgia, North Carolina, Nevada all look very good for Trump, with Michigan potentially lagging slightly behind. Maybe Trump's only up by like half a point to a point right now in Michigan. All the other states is up by like 4 or 5, according to experts, when they account for RFK Jr. dropping out and Trump getting about 55% of the share. And it's not like Harris is going to get 45% of the share. No, she gets like 25 and then the rest are undecided. They're probably going to vote for Jill Stein of the Green Party, or they just will not vote at all. And you do have RFK on CNN. CNN's showing this live. It was in Phoenix. He's talking for, a long time here, and they cut it off right at a certain point. And they're like, we can't show that. We're sorry. They just start talking over him as he's giving this big speech. I mean, this is the third most popular candidate in the 2024 election. They cut him off, and it's their anchors just randomly spewing just total, like they're not even adding anything to the thing. They're just like, oh, so there it is, RFK. Yeah, why don't you let him talk? All right, I gotta watch this because I did already watch this, but it's really weird.
Relish to learn of a Democratic Party presidential nominee who, like Vice President Harris, has not appeared in a single interview or an unscripted encounter with voters for 35 days.
We've been listening to
independent
candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
Cut it off.
From Phoenix, outlining.
We've been listening. You've been listening to him. Well, why did you? You've been listening to him. He's speaking right now. We've been listening to. It's such a. You've got all these close states, guys. This is the big thing that we're talking about here. Look at how close these states were. Or this is in 2024. This is Real Clear Politics. You can see the numbers. RFK Jr. is getting almost 6% share in Arizona, 5% in Nevada, Wisconsin 5%, Michigan 6%. I mean, this is huge seismic stuff, and it's going to be shifting significantly to where Trump should be leading. And you can even see RFK Jr. on X calling out CNN when they decided to cut away from his speech when he started talking about Kamala Harris not doing any interviews. And even MSNBC grilled another one of Kamala's minions, one of the junior staffers who she throws on these TVs. Remember, it's come out, she treats her staff terribly. Like 2 nights ago, she was nasty to him. She's in her hotel room, like trying to prep for the speech. That's why she wasn't even out there for Waltz's speech. She wasn't there. She was like prepping, cramming like you do with homework the night before her speech. And we know why now. She only went 30 minutes and half of it was fluff. But you can see MSNBC, they questioned today the junior staffer on Kamala's campaign. They're like, when is she going to do an interview? Everyone was like, well, it's going to happen in late August. But now they're saying, oh, she'll do it when she's ready. What about like SpongeBob with The Rock? And he's like, he'll go when he's ready. That's what it reminded me of that episode. So we're going to have to wait for Kamala Harris. And now top Democrats are saying, you open your mouth, you talk about these policies. It's terrible. You sound like a communist. Just stop talking. Shut up. We'll get you over the finish line without you having to reveal any major policy. And they interviewed Democrats where the Democrats were admitting at the DNC, at the United Center inside, they were interviewing them and they're like, no, the policy doesn't matter. It's more so about the vibes and it's more so about the character of the person. And so the actual stuff that is going to be implemented, they don't want her to share it because they're afraid it's going to lose her voters. But let's get to this. I mean, this RFK stuff, we were in on this. I said it was going to happen weeks ago. And then I said RFK and Trump were going to do a combined rally when it came out. And that's exactly what's happening. It's going to be in Arizona, according to this source. Robert F. Kennedy reportedly going to be the special guest. I think it's obvious at Trump's rally, considering they're both in Arizona, both around the same place, and Trump is speaking tonight. So you can also see this. What is this? Oh, yeah, that's just the poll I already referenced. So basically, when you factor in, by the way, look at this Fairleigh Dickinson poll where they rigged it and used racist prompts to push a massive lead for Kamala Harris. And I talked about this poll earlier, and it's crap. I mean, all these polls are just, when you look into them, it's terrible. And they're trying to push this narrative. Like, why would Harris be winning? Are people really that dumb? There's just no way. It's absurd. And now you've got this stuff that's come out about RFK Jr., who was a Democrat. They pushed him away. And now this is what you get, a massive vote surge for Trump. And then this is the new update that was just released here, Polymarket, the up-to-the-minute stuff. I saw Trump maybe went down a little bit in terms of overall odds, but the swing states right now, Trump leading Pennsylvania, Arizona, Nevada, North Carolina, and Georgia. And top polling experts and data analysis people are saying that Trump is basically a lock to win Nevada because of the pull that RFK Jr. has in there. I wonder if RFK Jr. is going to drop out in New Hampshire. That's going to be a big state for Trump as well. But you're looking very good in North Carolina, Nevada, just the amount of voters that seemingly are going to be flocking to Trump. All of these polls are going to have to be redone. And there's hopefully going to be some type of correction because the stuff that we're seeing is so bad where they're having to oversample Dems and they hide it at the bottom in fine print. They're oversampling Dems by 10, 15, 20, 25 points in these swing states, and she leads by 3, and then liberals go crazy. It's like, yeah, they're oversampling Dems by 30. I mean, obviously she's going to lead. They're trying to do this to make it seem like she is actually in front because there's nothing. This is their Super Bowl. It's these polls, the liberals, because they don't do any. She doesn't do any speech. She doesn't go out. She doesn't take any questions. They do the rallies where they have the AI crowds and they bring down the curtains to block out the empty seats. So this is all happening, and Trump right now, Nevada's looking great, I would say. I think Arizona's looking great as well, but these are going to be slim margins for sure. I do think he could expand on the North Carolina win that he had in 2020 to maybe a 4 or 5 point victory. I think Georgia goes to Trump by about 2.5 points based on recent calculations, along with the RFK factor. And that's a very conservative number, by the way. It could be more than that. And really, it's all these swing states outside of Michigan right now. And even Michigan probably goes to Trump by about 0.2, 0.3 in a very close race. So this is the stuff that we needed. And it just goes to show you, let's just do a big picture of this. Everyone is against these people. And we're starting to see they're communists, they're socialists. You just can't let these people win. So everyone is against them. RFK Jr. now, who was a Democrat, is joining the fray against them because he's been totally alienated by them because he wasn't liberal enough. He didn't agree with every single policy. I mean, remember, RFK has this is the crazy thing. RFK has liberal positions, and Trump is still saying you're welcome. You could come in. You know, we agree with stuff. We agree with you on stuff. We disagree, but that's how you deal with it. It's just like talking to Putin, talking to North Korea. You have to talk to these people. We're not third graders to where we don't like you, so we're not going to talk to you. No, no, no. We have to be grown-ups and talk to people that we don't agree with 100% of the times. They're the ones that they can't do it. That's why they alienated RFK Jr. And they originally, I mean, they kicked him out of the primary. They're like, oh, Biden is the guy. We love him. And then they have to throw Biden out. And what happens when Kamala Harris has a bad debate on the 10th of September? She'll probably be thrown out and they're going to have to go with someone else. And then that person's probably going to have a bad debate. And then they're going to have to throw him out. And then they're probably going to go with someone else. Obviously, I'm being sarcastic, but it's just, this is the clown show. I'm trying to show everyone it's just ridiculous that we're dealing with. So RFK eviscerates the Democrats, says that they're pro-censorship, they're anti-free speech, which is absolutely true, and has an epic speech that CNN has to cut off and try and have they've got their little anchors like acting lackadaisical. Oh, RFK is speaking. Yeah, he's speaking. Why did you just cut it? Why are you talking over him now? I mean, listen, I do talk over people when I'm reacting because people go to my live stream, they want to hear what I have to say. But when you're watching CNN, you just want to watch what RFK has. And these anchors, they're like, oh, RFK is speaking. Yeah, he's speaking right now. Why are you talking? But they were told to do that. I mean, they cut him off. But either way, guys, that is going to do it for this video. Make sure you follow me on X. Link to that's always in the description.